All right, welcome everybody, all you Waconia fans, Waconia stakeholders, community. Welcome to it's a big day for Waconia Wrestling. We're here at University of Minnesota, coming to you live, Waconia Wrestling live stream crew. This is Jeff Catherman, and we've got a special way to kick off the 2022-2023 season here at Williams Arena. Your Waconia Wildcats varsity squad will be taking on Tracy-Milroy-Balaton, Westbrook-Walnut Grove Panthers here today, 4 o'clock. We're about 40 minutes here away from the first whistle, and you can see the kids warming up here. And I couldn't sleep last night. Super excited to be here for all of you, and I hope that we will get a pretty good crowd here. We've got obviously our high school duel here at 4, and then we will have Augustana University out of Sioux Falls visiting here to wrestle your University of Minnesota Golden Gophers, a D2 versus D1 clash here, but really special in that we've got a lot of Waconia Wrestling alumni on the college rosters, specifically Tyler Wagener, Josh Wagener, Cade Mueller on the Augustana squad, and obviously Tim Stapleton on the Gophers. That duel is going to be streamed on BTN Plus. So if you don't have that type of a subscription, it's pretty reasonable cost. Just go to BTN, I believe it's btn.com, and get ready to stream that. Or you could still come here. That duel isn't until 7 o'clock tonight. Tickets are $5 each, I believe, still. So lots of seating here. We're at Williams Arena, capacity crowd of 14,800. Capacity, I don't think we'll have that many, but lots of seats available. Not really a bad seat in the house. So if you're watching this live stream and you're thinking, oh, should I come or should I not? Might as well do it. This is a once in a lifetime deal. In addition to the double header, some of our youth wrestlers are going to be recognized at the intermission of the college duel of Minnesota and Augustana. So really excited. A lot of things going on here, but man, it's great to be a Waconia Wildcat wrestling fan and stakeholder. And I hope everyone enjoys today and really celebrates the great kids that we have in the program. And also for you Tracy-Milroy fans that are dialing in, watching this live stream, we welcome you all as well, and promise to give you a semi-balanced broadcast today, just to keep it objective. And we want to recognize both squads have a lot of great kids on here. And you know what? 2 years ago, we were shut down in the state for wrestling. And so I always remember that and remain grateful to be able to be here today, letting our kids do what they love. And, this is a tremendous sport. And hopefully, if you can't tell, I'm pretty passionate about it. But I hope all of you, if you're new to wrestling, learn a little bit about the sport today. And maybe you have a nephew, a cousin, a family friend's son or daughter on the team. This is a great sport to really learn, and we'll walk you through some of the nuances of the sport as we go through. But yeah, I'm going to also hopefully in the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to be joined by Kelly Wagener, our longtime coach for the Waconia Wrestling High School program, coach for over 20 years. He'll be joining me in the broadcast booth here. I believe he's in transit. So, yeah, but while we are waiting, this is our pre-match show. I'm going to add to the stream here. This is our lineup. I got the lineup card for all of you. You can see 106, Ian Olson, going to be emerging to get the start today. Up and coming ninth grader. I've known Ian for 8 or 9 years now. Going to be exciting to see his varsity debut. Gabe Voshart probably be there at 113. Carter Catherman at 120. Another emerging name you'll learn about this year, Blake Mueller, 8th grader, will be there at 126. Maverick Mueller likely starting there at 132. And Lincoln Vick and Brady Dwinell there at 38 and 45. And you can kind of read on Goldschmidt, the Torres brothers, Cooper Junkie making his debut. Several kids making their varsity debut this season. I'm excited to see that. Some of the kids have maybe spot started here or there, but we're going to get a lot more reps this year, some of those younger grades. So obviously we'll close out with McAnally and Riley and Halliday up top. You guys will all know, pretty familiar with McAnally and Riley. Max going to be attending University of Minnesota here next year. So this is also a really special event to kind of showcase him as well. Here is the Tracy-Milroy-Balaton lineup. We've got the Panthers from Western Minnesota, probably Troy Gillette, Nolan Verlindy, Ty Yackley at 106, 13, and 20. David Shue or Nevin Martin, 2 ninth graders there at 26. Devin Carter, state runner-up last year at 120 pounds. I'm excited to see him, how he matches up with the 130s there on the Waconia roster. Damian Alatriste, Alex Shue. Shue is one of the ranked wrestlers. Excited to see him. Jacob Myers, Zach Swanson, Ashton Squires, and then up top, Gage Struchin, Isaiah Walski, Ethan Martinez, Nick Wilhite. And Wilhite was also a state qualifier last year, and so excited to see how he matches up against the heavyweights of the Waconia roster. So we're going to take a little bit of a radio break to make sure we get things set here, but I'll let you continue to watch the warm-ups. And again, this is going to be super fun venue, and hope we're probably about 30 minutes away from starting. May not start right at 4, as I know people are starting to fill in, and got a big venue to fill up here, but great day to be a wrestler and to be a wrestling fan for sure here in Minnesota. So enjoy the rest of the warm-ups, and we'll touch base here a little bit before the first whistle. All right, we're back live to you. I've got a partner now in the radio booth. We've got longtime coach for the Wildcats, Coach Wagener. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, great. It's awesome to be here and get the wrestling season started. First time sitting up here in the booth actually calling a match rather than being down on the mat coaching. So everybody bear with me tonight and hopefully it'll go good. But I'm excited to watch some high school wrestling tonight.
Absolutely, and it's a little bit of a role reversal, right? With I think that this is probably your first time commentating with me, and so I'm really excited to do this with you. And you know a lot about all these kids, and I know a little bit about some of these kids, maybe
Right?
more than a little bit too. So I think it's going to be a great way to start the season. Tell us a little bit about Tracy-Milroy Balaton group here.
Yeah, I mean they graduated a bunch of guys last year that were pretty good. They graduated two state runner-ups from their team last year and a couple other kids that did pretty well for them. But they're bringing back a couple other state entrants and some guys that plays pretty high in their section. They're bringing a kid back who I believe is ranked number 2 right now. Actually ranked number 1, Devin Carter, who we believe will be hopefully matching up with Maverick Mueller tonight for probably our key matchup tonight at 132. And who knows what will go on there. I mean, Maverick Mueller's a stud wrestler too. But yeah, I think we're going to have some really good matches here. They definitely have some good kids. And are they do they have 14 solid kids? Probably not as solid as Waconia's 14, but I think we're going to see 7 or 8 really good matchups.
Yeah. The Waconia the Waconia lineups just, this is among the most balanced lineups I've seen in many years. Almost 14. I mean, I think there's experience at all 14 weights there, and even as the year progresses, we have some guys shift down in weight, probably get even more dangerous. So, but yeah, I think I'm really excited to see some of these matchups and see some of the newer kids making their debuts. Really excited to see Ian Olson out there, and he's a little bit of a smaller 106, but he's extremely experienced. Placed multiple times NYWA, been wrestling bigger kids for his whole life, and I think he's ready for the test early. You're going to see Blake Miller, another youngster down there at 26, again making one of his first starts. And so I know Blake really well, and I know he's excited for this opportunity to show what he can do. And then obviously there's 8 kids ranked on the Waconia squad. Number 1 there, McAnally, we all know him, and you've got Riley. You've got also some new guys emerging. Will Goldschmidt started a couple of years ago. I think he was at 26 or so, 32 a couple of years ago as an 8th grader, and then now he's a sophomore here. He's kind of battled back from an injury in the football season. Kudos to him for working his butt off to get in the wrestling shape, and excited to see him. Cooper Junkie, again, he's won a bunch of matches last year at the JV level, and now he's won the wrestle off there at 82. So,
yeah, I mean it's like you said before, Jeff. I mean it's always good as a coach to see. You always tell kids that hey, you never have a spot sewn up on a team. You should always be looking over your shoulder. Who wants to take that spot? And Waconia's definitely got that. They have 2-3 guys always vying for that spot to get on that team. I mean, the team that's always contending for a state tournament and all that. And these young kids that are coming up, we've seen these kids come through our youth. And I think that's what makes Waconia proud of their team most of the time, is that all these kids don't transfer in from any other schools or move in. They're all homebred here in Waconia. And that's a big thing where I always took a lot of pride in the youth program that we had here in Waconia, and transfer those kids into good, high school wrestlers. That obviously a lot of those kids, you want them to go on to college and wrestle, which they have, and it starts at that youth level. And Waconia's done a great job throughout the last 20 years, and we take good pride of that stuff. So it'll be exciting to watch a lot of these young kids go at it tonight. Starting and let's see where that goes. Towards the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. And the homegrown aspect is 100% Waconia. That's what I love the most about our program is, hey, we try to do it the right way. And if kids want to move here, great. That's just not something that's being sought out of this program, and that's who we are. And so I think Tracy's the same way. Great, NY, always down there at MYWA. On the youth scene as well, 7th and 8th grade levels. There's some 7th and 8th graders that have some experience last couple of years there on the Tracy lineup too. But let's talk a little bit about I know we're here to really commentate on the Waconia and Tracy duel, but after this is our second doubleheader. We've got a couple of Waconia wrestlers that we're going to see at the college level. Talk a little bit about how excited you are to see those guys at the next level here in Minneapolis, close to home, and
yeah. So obviously, one of them being my son, Tyler Wagener. It's obviously as a coach, getting to coach your own son is whether you're coaching them at a youth tournament or a high school state championship. To me, it's just the honor to get to coach your kid, and then to get to watch your boys, whether they're your own boys or boys that you coach at the high school level, compete at the college level, and then they get to compete together at the same college, and then you get to come to the University of Minnesota and wrestle the Gophers. That these kids always dreamed about as kids being a Gopher, and they couldn't be a Gopher, but now they get to wrestle against the Gophers.
Yeah.
And what an honor to come here to wrestle. Those boys get to wrestle, but then what an honor for us parents to come and watch that. And then we have some kids that wrestle at the U of M. We had Joe Norden, the past 2-time state champ for Waconia, that wrestled here for 5 years. We got Tim Stapleton, an ex-Waconia wrestler, who I was honored to coach him wrestling here. And then, of course, we got Max McAnally, who's committed here at Minnesota. So what a great night of wrestling. You get to watch a high school duel and then get to watch a bunch of Waconia collegiate wrestlers. So what an awesome night. I just I couldn't be more excited as a former coach or a dad watching right now.
100%. And we'll also be honored to have our youth squad is going to be recognized in the middle. They'll join the lineups and the high five line at the start of the Gopher Augustana duel, and then at halftime be recognized. So it's a past, present, future, and even additional future tonight. So super special.
Right, I was pretty torn tonight. I have my Waconia Wildcat hat on. I got my Augustana sweatshirt, my Minnesota Gopher T-shirt on, and I'm getting a lot of grief from different parents when I come across Augustana parents or Waconia parents or Gopher parents. So I'm here for all the kids.
But you have awesome.
You
have the Gopher T-shirt on under this, right?
Yeah. So I'm supporting all three of them. It's just who's wrestling.
Gopher socks,
deep down,
maybe.
I'm always I want those Waconia kids to do well. So I'm going to be cheering for the Waconia kids all the time.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a historic night for. We're super thankful. We want to take this opportunity to say thank you to the U of M, to the Gopher wrestling program, and all the the digital IT group we worked with to kind of get this set up. Everybody's, and then also we want to shout out to coach, obviously head coach Nick Hackman, athletic director Jill Johnson, for kind of being the champions and the brainchild. They were really the leads to get this thing started. A lot of new territory to navigate. Navigating NCAA laws. And school logistics. There was a lot of logistics that went into this. And it was just a never say die attitude to, okay, how can we solve this? How can we make the solution? And yeah, we're about ready to get started here. And so it's going to be cool.
Well, I think we also gotta mention you too, Jeff. You put a lot of time into this streaming here for Waconia. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have this stuff that people back home could be watching. So thanks to you for doing this stuff.
Well, I appreciate it. It's become kind of like a second hobby of mine. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of people get engaged now from this live stream. We can touch so many more people that we didn't touch before that maybe hadn't seen wrestling match or and so I'm really excited. That's one of the great things that's come out of COVID is that we can do this type of stuff now and make it cool. And I want to say a shout out as well and thank you to our Waconia Wrestling Club board. Big grant that went into the investment of this live stream, and we'll have some sponsor shout outs as well. But we're gonna do looks like they're gonna do the coin flip here coming up.
See Waconia's captains down there, Max McAnally and Lincoln Vick. Lincoln's also a senior. I don't know if he has made a commitment yet to what college he plans to attend. I hope he plans on wrestling because he is quite the talent. I believe he finished third last year.
Yeah, he was third.
Yeah.
He wrestled back for third.
Yep.
He's.
I find his shirt a little different than I usually see. He's wearing a collared polo shirt tonight.
It's the Lincoln Vick staple with dressed collared shirt. I hope it says Waconia Wrestling on it. I assume it does.
They will be green and choose on odds.
We're going to have lineups here.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think we wrestled Tracy-Milroy in the 7th and 8th grade tournament.
I believe it was 2020. 2020, 2021 season. No. Yep. So first matchup is going to be Olson versus Gillette. It'll be a good matchup.
At 113 for TMB, Nolan Verlindy. And for Waconia, Gabe Voshart, ranked number 10.
Yep. Verlindy versus Richard there at 113.
And for Waconia, 120, Carter Catherman, ranked number 10 in the state. In TMB, Hi Yakeley.
Catherman and Yakeley at 120.
Yep.
At 126 for TMB, David Shue. And for Waconia, Blake Mueller.
We have Miller versus Shue as we kind of expected there. Good matchup.
Here I think it's going to be the matchup.
At 132 for Waconia, ranked number 6, Maverick Mueller. And ranked number 1 in the state for TMB, Devin Carter.
Number 6 against number 1. AAA against.
At 138 for TMB, Damian Malatriste. For Waconia, Lincoln Vick, captain, ranked number 4 in the state.
Malatriste for Tracy versus Vic for Waconia there at 38 coming up.
For Waconia, Brady Dwinell, ranked number 3 in the state. And for TMB, Alex Shue.
Dwinell versus the other Shue there at 145.
Alex is ranked 10 at 138.
Now that'll be a ranked matchup, Coach.
152, Jacob Meyer. 152 for Waconia, Will Goldschmidt. At 160 for Waconia, ranked number 7, Alex Cordell. For TMB, Zach Swanson.
One of the Torres brothers versus Zach Swanson there at 60.
Ashton Squires. For Waconia, Andrew Torres.
It's going to probably pretty much go chalk relative to the lineups here.
Waconia, 182, Cooper
think with no JV matches, that's kind of what we're going to get
Yeah.
tonight. And, you know, the first match of the year, they have nothing to lose. You know, we have nothing to lose. And
Yep.
you just throw your guys out there and see what happens.
195 for TMB, Isaiah Wolski. 195 for Max McAnally, ranked number 1 in the state and 2 in the nation. 220 for Waconia, Alex Riley, ranked number 3 in the state. For TMB, Ethan Martinez.
So it's going to be McAnally there versus Walski.
Ranked number 7.
Ethan Martinez versus Riley at 220.
Vincent Halliday.
And Big Vince going to be the heavyweight this year, looks like, Kelly. He's ready for it, I think.
Looks like injuries are flagging there, and it looks like he's going to get the nod.
Wrestlers, remove your head.
So Waconia is technically the host of this event today, so you're going to have walkout songs of your Waconia varsity today. So if there's any complaint on that, that's on our varsity kids.
We can't do nothing about that yet.
No, control, you can control. All right, so 106 starting with Ian Olson for
It'll be
Waconia.
interesting to see how Ian attacks this match here. I mean, he's obviously given up a lot of height here. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he gets in there on shots.
He's going to have to develop this skill of wrestling bigger guys this year. And he's a very skilled kid, tough kid.
Right there.
There's that first takedown.
Yep, pretty getting in on him pretty easy there, and just a snap down and kind of pull behind. These are kind of the scrambles, right?
Yep.
I think struggle with the smaller 6-pounder. The guys are a little longer there, where it's, they're reaching around and they got them longer legs. They can hook in that. I think that's where Ian might struggle a little bit this year, but I think he's good enough to come out of these situations as he's coming out right now. So still no points,
Yeah, Ian still got controller to call stalemate. Gillette, a sophomore, wrestled a little bit at 106 last year. I think was a little smaller there, and he's a good sized sophomore there for that weight class. So he's going to be probably a matchup problem for some kids here. Ian's very experienced. I'm interested to see how can he ride. Can he stay in good position at the varsity level here?
Right. Yeah, he likes to get a little wild. As I've coached him a few times in that 7th and 8th grade, he likes to come out front a lot, and but he's gonna have to learn not to do that, And what works there in 7th and 8th grade doesn't work at the varsity level.
Yep, we know Ian well. He loves the cow catcher. He loves the cement mixer, and we'll see. I think he's done a good job in these last couple of years developing these other skills, but he knows he might be able to throw that out there if needed, but wants to just stay fundamentally sound.
And the same thing that goes here. I mean, like I said, he just might struggle against some of these longer kids, but I mean, he's still holding on here. He's not giving up the points and that. It's just you obviously lose a little energy in that here fighting those positions all the time. So, but if we're not giving up points, we're all right.
Yep.
So, up 2-0 going into the second period, we're in good shape.
Yep. And for those that can follow on the live stream here, I've got a second camera view at the scoreboard there, so you can see purple up leading 2-0. Whose choice was there, Kelly?
It was Waconia's choice.
So it went neutral. It's a good choice. Yeah. Ian's got a really good left side single leg, lefty single.
Yeah,
he's
nice
in on a
shot
right side single now.
See how he finishes here.
Gillette's long for his weight class. He's got the height of a 20-pounder.
Right. I mean, he's getting in there pretty well. He just got to get his feet moving a little bit better here, and don't stop when he takes that shot. He's taking a shot and he stops.
And Gillette ties it up with that takedown, 2-2. I want to give a shout out to Hall of Famer in the Waconia club, John Hemsey, on the microphone here at Williams. Love hearing John's voice. Okay, we're out of bounds. 53 seconds left in the second.
There's another Hall of Famer down there that's going to join him, Rick Selvey.
It looks like the Waconia bus has arrived. The buses, we had a little bit of bus problems today, but maybe battling traffic, but I'm sure that'll be some fun conversation later today.
He's got to get his head off the mat here and just get it up, start moving, and he'll get away here.
One advantage Ian's going to have this year is not really cutting any weight. He's going to have to continue to bring a pace the entire match, and that'll be the edge he has against these bigger 106-pounders.
You're giving up, 8-9 pounds. That's a lot of weight, and especially when they're on top of you, grinding India, and it's just you got to carry that weight, and it's tough to get away.
Yeah,
especially when you get into that third period.
Just a deep spiral ride here for Gillette on top. It's like he's just trying to ride out the period. He's probably going to go down.
We must have been called her.
Okay, so interesting.
We went both up here again, so.
All right.
Coach Hackman puts them both up, which you rarely see. Usually Waconia's a down team, and but again, the coach is always going to know a kid's strong suit, and Ian is pretty tough on his feet. He's just got to find that window how to get through on that taller kid there. Like right here, he's getting his elbows a little buried in there, get him out a little bit. And nice shot on his outside single there. Now he's just got to finish. He's just got to drive into him and finish here. There you go.
There you go.
Bring it out.
Oh, don't know what's going on there. And Ian's athleticism wins out on that one. Comes out on top, taking a 4-2 lead. 1:08 left here in the third.
Joe Scalza is the referee here tonight. Joe's always done a great job. I've known Joe for 20 years, and obviously as a coach, you always got your referees you like more than the other referees, and Joe's always been a pretty straight shooter, both ways, and really good ref. We just need to ride tough here, maybe look for a turn here.
Yeah, I want to see him stay behind the arms. Stay in good position, nothing crazy.
One thing I have noticed about Tracy wrestling these guys in the past is that they are kind of a Granby team.
Yeah, gotta be aware of that.
So a role team, so if these sort of kids don't get caught in there with deep weights and stuff like that, we get caught in those 4 or 5 point moves, at the end of periods,
Lean's getting back points here. That's how you finish a match. She's got the reinforced arm bar. Ian is a pinner. He is. That is one thing that's always stood out. Is love that mindset. Keep scoring points. Great first varsity win there for Ian Olson. Great job, buddy.
Good win for Waconia to start us out here.
Keep score 3-0.
We got 113 Gabe Voshart from
for TMB at 113, Nolan Berlindi.
Gabe is currently ranked number 10.
Ranked 10 in that state, Gabe Voshart.
Gabe is another one of those kids, sophomore this year, but young kid last year, gave up a lot of weight, switched a lot at 6 and 13, and just gave up a lot of weight. And it's kind of nice to see him now kind of settle in at a weight that's kind of his weight, and and he looks about that size where he needs to be. So it's going to be. I'm kind of curious to see how he's going to wrestle at that weight.
Yeah.
And so far, obviously, easy takedown for him. And he looks quicker on his feet and that, and the guy's not constantly pressuring on him, so far. So.
Yep. And I know he's been put in some work this preseason. Him and Cooper Junkie both been wrestling over at Pinnacle, and put in a lot of work. Several times a week. I think 2-3 times, and so good to see him really committing.
He's definitely got some bloodlines. I think his dad wrestled at Minnetonka, right?
That's right.
I don't know how much bloodline that is at Minnetonka, but I mean, I always give him a little grief about that. Minnetonka, Waconia, that's a hockey school, but he does have some bloodlines, which is great. Yeah. I mean, every kid that's got some bloodlines obviously helps him, but Gabe, I've always been impressed really with Gabe.
Yeah, I think this could be a big year for Gabe. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. He's up 2-0 here, 45 seconds left now.
I like this move. I like letting him go. I like being aggressive on our feet early in the year. Let's see what these kids got.
Yep.
You take them down 2-3 times, take that spunk out of those guys, and and it's a lot easier. So some guys respond very well with that.
Right.
And some guys are like, man, this guy took me down 2 times, 3 times, I'm done.
Catch and release game. McAnally is kind of his bread and butter, right? Really break a guy's spirit. Short here.
And then you catch him.
He's going to catch him. Yep. He's going to get another takedown and 5 and 3. So 5-point move there. Good period there for Gabe. 8-2 going into the second.
Score after 1 was Storm, 8-2.
See how he responds here on the bottom now. So we know he obviously can take him down pretty easily. We'll see how he gets away in the bottom.
Verlindi, an 8th grader, going against Voshart, the sophomore.
Yeah, they're pretty young here, with these 3 weights coming up here, and
which
is good. You obviously want a good mixture in your lineup, and those kids will grow, right? We've gone through those too, where you're that 8th grader, you're gonna take your lumps.
You pay your dues early, right, in your career, and grow from it.
Lumps. I mean, Gabe's took his lumps too, but he's a sophomore, so he should be, taking to some of these kids, and I'm sure this David here will too, in time. So no one. I'm sorry. So this is the second period here. It says first period there, but it is the second.
Yep.
So how many school buses did Waconia bring down, Jeff? Do you know?
I believe two for the fans. There was one for kind of more of the adult crew, and then there was a big fan bus of youth wrestlers, about 50 kids, parents plus kids. So, and then plus two additional buses for just the team. There's 68 kids out on the Waconia squad this year. Wachorik has Verlindi on his back. 30 seconds to work here.
Arm bar by him. He settles in here now, gets it tight.
And there's the fall there for Wachorik.
Good match by Gabe. I mean, like I said before, he settles into that weight, good for him. And, like you said, he put the time in. He deserves that. And he's a good first match.
Yep.
That first match for everybody of the year is always a tough one, right? Kids are getting down to their weights. You don't know how your body's going to react. You don't know how much energy you're going to have. First weight cut. So far, our first two kids we've seen have looked good. Let's keep it going here. Now we got, I don't know this kid. This kid down here?
I don't know. As a kid, he needs a haircut, though.
he could use maybe a little bit of a haircut. Carter Catherman here. What a stud this kid has turned out to be. I remember this kid was just a little guy in the youth program, and I said, he's going to be something else. Always tries hard. Everything he does is 100%. And he obviously took his lumps as a young age and made some mistakes, but he's cleaned those up the last 2 years and making the state tournament last year and losing some heartbreakers. But he's definitely put in the time, and you can see just on his feet, he's improved so much. And, I would be very surprised if he would not be in the top 3 this year in the state tournament.
He's definitely putting in a lot of work. He loves the sport. Thinks about it probably more often than I do right now. And he's just on a mission this year, and it's really a testament of the program that, let's really make things. I think Carter's an example of, if you can get somebody excited about wrestling, develop a passion for wrestling, become self-motivated, the rest, the sky is the limit, really. He really started to come into his own in 6th grade, and it's taken off since there. So.
He looks really good with that M on the mat, knowing that mom and dad are Iowa fans. He looks really good with that Minnesota Gopher M on there. So, I know he has aspirations to wrestle in college, and I hope he does. He's definitely a college wrestler.
He's starting to think. He's really starting to lock in about that. Yep. Yep. Appreciate the compliments. Kudos to Carter on a nice pin there. Making the score now 15-0. Cats leading the Panthers, heading into 126.
So this is one of Tracy's better wrestlers here.
She was 3rd at the sections last year. He had a pretty good season. Beat some pretty good wrestlers. He beat state finalist early in the year. He beat Raiden Graham from Howard Lake, Waverly Winstead, and he's one of the kids I want to see this matchup here. And Miller's put in a lot of work himself, and it's his first varsity match. See how it goes here.
Yeah, Blake is definitely one of those young kids that have put in some time and getting to know his family. Definitely his stepdad was an ex-Gopher and the wrestler for Glencoe, multiple state champion there. So he's definitely getting a lot of lessons from him. He's definitely put in the time in the off season. And again, he's young, he's going to learn, but he will battle.
Shoes got him in, I think he started with a Farmer series there. 58 seconds left. Looks pretty tight. And Shoe puts the Panthers on the board.
Matched by a little bit of wrestling today.
Yep.
Again, it's early in the season. Down the road, maybe that's different.
Yep.
Maybe that's this year yet, or maybe next year. But down the road, that'll be a different match. Yep. He's just got to grow into his body and that, but he's going to give you 100% of the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here's our anticipated match.
This is one of the headliners. Really really like the way I've got to watch Devin Carter this summer. Was on the 16U freestyle Greco duel team that went to Rockford, Illinois. Very explosive wrestler, and he's well built. Mueller's going to give him some trouble. Mueller's really good in the scrambles here, and Mueller gets on top, strikes first blood.
Yeah, nice reshot. I mean, you just don't do that by not knowing wrestling. I mean, these two guys have wrestled a long time. They know what's going on, and that was a great reshot.
Maverick, the fourth Mueller brother to come through the program. He's got a twin brother, Levi, on the squad, is injured right now, and then older brother Gage Mueller graduated last year. Great career by Gage, and then later tonight we're going to see the oldest of the Mueller brothers, Cade, at 184 for Augustana. And not to be forgotten, the eldest of all the Mueller siblings, Lexi Mueller, will be cheering, I'm sure, from the stands.
Right, yeah. Everybody forgets about Lexi.
And if not, maybe she'll be on the live stream here.
Right here, he's got a cradle locked up here. And all the Muellers have always been very good riders, big leg riders, and I've always been amazed at how the Muellers and actually a lot of the Waconia wrestlers have been really good leg riders, because me and Coach Hackman, all them years, never really taught a lot of legs because we were never really leg riders. But it's all these coaches that we bring in, that teach legs and all that. And Waconia has been a really good leg riding team for the last 15 years. And the Muellers have been really good at it. Cade, especially the older brother, but Maverick has really come on to it really good. I mean, and he's riding the state runner-up here pretty much a real right now. So.
Maverick is tremendous. All the Muellers, tremendous mat wrestlers, right? And yeah, Carter's in a tough test here.
Yeah, so Maverick defers here, and Devin goes both up. Kind of a interesting choice. I mean, he got rode out there, and he feels like he's better on his feet here. So, nice attempt at a slide by there for Maverick. Devin likes to shoot that outside single, that cross leg single, and Maverick has stuffed it twice now.
Kind of a low single attempt there for Devin Carter. Mueller catches it. He's got a front headlock.
Well, it'd be huge.
Carter's really dangerous with these. Carter's really dangerous with the duck unders. Mueller's got to be aware of that. If he's trying to low single here, ankle pick.
That's a huge.
Go behind there for Mueller, making it 4-0 now.
Yeah, that's a huge takedown there. That's a backbreaker. You go up for a rip on a guy and you rode him for a minute the last period. And not much going on down there right now. He's riding him pretty well here. Now look for a cheap tilt or something, get an easy 2 here, and
.40 seconds left to second period.
It'll be interesting here, Jeff, to see what the strategy is going to be in the third period of taking a guy down twice, and he rode him out pretty much at will. I mean, he hasn't even been close to getting out, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see what Maverick and Coach Hackman are thinking in the third period, what they're going to do.
Whose choice is it? Is it Bonnie's choice? Carter kind of trying to
ride tough here, right? Get your hips up. Get your hips
slip
up,
that
man.
leg.
Get your hips up here. 14 seconds, ride tough here.
This reversal will be.
Gotta stay with it. Stay with it. Get your hips up. Get your hips up here. Yeah, he's in good shape here. Yep, good job.
Loss of control.
There.
Okay, loss of control there.
I mean, it's a close call, right? I mean, that's either.
Yeah, it's
in my opinion, that's
very
either
subjective.
Nothing, but
yeah,
that's why I'm sitting up here with
you.
That's why I'm not with the stripes on me right now. That's a tough job down there to be reffing. I agree with this call.
4-1, third period now. Mueller leading Carter. Mueller's out and gets the reversal.
Nice
6-1 now.
Maverick's just all over him.
Maverick has put in a ton of work this summer.
This kid breathe.
Yeah. Maverick did not compete a lot this summer or fall. He did do the track wrestling preseason tournament, but a lot of work drilling with guys in the summer and the fall, and it's really paying off here. That's a stall call there on bottom on Carter. Like both wrestlers now have a stall warning. Roll through attempt there for Carter. Maverick still looking for points on top here. He's got that ball and chain. Relentless pressure there by Mueller.
Yeah, just always he's got forward pressure, and I mean the guy's not coming off his belly at all. And
Carter was a state finalist last year. I believe he lost to Key Anderson from JCC in both section and state finals, close matches.
Yeah, who didn't lose to a JCC wrestler last year? It's like
JCC had
matches.
pretty good squad last year, and they have another one this year. Looks like 7 seconds left here. Mueller's gonna look edge out the win. Great win for Mueller. Proud of him.
What a way to start the season. Beat the number one guy in the state in Class A.
The TMB at 138, Canadian Electricity. For Waconia, ranked number 4 in the state, Lincoln Vick.
All right, 138 pounds now. We've got Lincoln Vick versus Damien Alatriste. Vick ranked 4th in the state in the latest guillotine rankings. Coming off of a strong third place finish last year at state at 126 pounds. He's got a cradle now. He's going to lock up the first takedown. Quick release, making it 2-1.
Lincoln's another guy. He likes to get a bunch of takedowns and wear them guys out and then look for a pinning hold to put them away usually at the end. And he's a really good tilt guy too. Sometimes you get a little nervous because he gets a little high or out of position, but
he always knows how to get back in a good
he's
position.
Such a wiry guy. He's been like that ever since youth.
Very unorthodox. Yeah.
And again, I think he's a college wrestler too.
Agreed.
It's just what level is it at? I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
He's definitely at a lower level for sure. D2, D3. I mean, he could.
I know he wants to.
He's a hard worker.
Absolutely. I know he wants a smart kid. He wants to go into engineering.
Yep.
And so I think he's just looking for the right combination of can he get a great engineering school and then a wrestling school at that too. So still lots of time here this senior year for Lincoln to decide on the next steps. But wow, it's been a great career for him. He's got a cradle here now. 20 seconds here to. Alatriste, nice job of fighting that off, but 3 more points for Vic, making it 7-1.
Yeah, Devin, he started out the class of juniors. They got like 7 juniors in a row there.
Yeah, this is
starting out with the last match.
This is an older Tracy-Milroy-Balaton team for sure. Quite a impressive junior class that we're going to see today. And the Wildcats kind of a mixture of really good seniors, juniors, and I think there's 4 sophomores in the lineup as well. So second period, Vic's going to go on bottom. Very good position for him. Gets out early escape, making it 8-1. And we want to recognize in the upper right-hand corner, we've wanted to recognize, this live stream production. It's not free to produce this in terms of the equipment required, and so we want to say thank you to several of our platinum sponsors from our golf tournament this year that we're going to be showcasing and thanking. Search Engines MD, led by Mike Donovan. Thank you, and we got a couple more sponsors we'll give a shout out to, but for next few weights.
Yeah, Lincoln's just relentless on his takedowns and right to pinning holds, and obviously the kid he's wrestling he's a little outmatched here in this match here, but (13-1) here, just looking for another tilt here for tech fall, or flatten them out here for the fall. This looks pretty tight here. This cradle he's got. That'll be a tech fall for Lincoln Vic.
Tech fall for Vic.
For your Panthers tonight at 125, ranked 10 in the state, Alex Shue. And for Waconia,
here we got another match here. Two ranked guys, Brady Dwinell and Shue. Brady ranked 3rd, and I believe Shue ranked 10th. Should be a pretty good match here. Shue's in on a single leg here right away, and Brady tries a little throw through here. Gets off his back though, 2-1.
Shue looks good size for this weight class. Nice single leg for Dwinell. Whizzer defense there for Shue.
Yep. This is what I'd like to see Brady get, finish his takedowns more this year. He's always been really good, taking shots and all that, but he hasn't been good at finishing those things all the time. And if he can finish those with his power that he has on top,
yeah,
I mean, he definitely will be on the podium at the state tournament. And
yeah,
where that is, I don't know, but
yep. Just lost in the blood round
right
last year. Was a win away. They lost to Tuklanovic, I think, from Shakopee.
Yes. Yep.
There you go. And fights off that shot, and now he's got the boots in, taking the lead 3-2.
Yeah, and you let Brady Dwinell get the boots in on you on a power half.
Ouch.
Ouch.
I felt that several years ago when he was in middle school. I said, "Take it easy on me," and he did the exact opposite.
Yeah. He is.
That was the last time I wrestled Brady.
He's relentless with that. And then the way he throws it into he does it while you're tired. The half is to the top of the head, and he rolls your head under. It's not across the back of the neck. It's to the top of the head, and he just rolling your head under you. I mean, he just took the 10th ranked guy right to his back like it was nothing. He's got to watch his legs here so he doesn't figure 4 here. He's pretty close. Now he's got to maneuver around here and get it tighter.
Six to 2 lead for Dwinell going into the second. Brady's been battling some injuries early this season. Good to see him hopefully healthy now. Nice single leg.
Nice shot. I mean, he's powering through and
Scramble there for Shu. Referee did not award the takedown.
No, he didn't.
And they're out of bounds, so still neutral. Minute 30 left in the second.
You're seeing so much more of that here in the last few years, the scrambling of high school wrestlers, and it's so hard to teach that, right? I mean, it's 20 years ago you didn't see scrambling like that, and now it's all about scrambling. He's
getting high, Dwinell a little high here.
Yeah, he's really high. This is what Brady does once in a while. He'll make those mistakes, get a little high, and then goes to the back. At that point, you got to know when to let go and give up that two. I mean, you got a pretty healthy lead. Just give it up, And
he's getting backs. There's the fall there for Shu.
Those are the mistakes. Those are the mistakes that you can't give up, But you know what? If you're going to give those up, you do it early in the year and you learn from them. Yeah, it happened. It stinks, but that happened, and now you got to learn from that and fix it before the end of the year.
So credit to Alex Shu on that win over Dwinell, making the duel score now 23-12. Wildcats leading, heading into 152.
Yeah, here we got Will Goldschmidt from Waconia. Had a devastating football injury here this year. Believe it was his ankle, right?
Yeah.
Had surgery on it, and he's out here wrestling the first duel of the year. Who would have thought? I think people were thinking that he's going to be done for the year for everything, and he's
I think they were saying like a late December, even like kind of a January.
Yeah, and that was just
case
coming back. I mean, it's just kids heal so fast nowadays. I mean, old guys like us, we'd be in a wheelchair, pushing us around.
I pulled my hip flexor.
Except you Iowa guys. I mean, Iowa guys, you should probably be in a wheelchair for another 2 months.
Yeah. I pulled my hip flexor mid-October. It took me about 3-4 weeks just to heal that thing. And gosh, I'm out of shape. But great takedown there for Goldschmidt, taking the early lead 2-0, about a little over a minute left the first period. Will's been just a grinder here over his career. Did pretty well last year. Did the 9th grade league state. Ended up getting 6th at that. He's been kind of in the JV mix last few years, and now getting his taste of varsity. And at a good weight class for him too. Now he's up 4-1.
Yeah, he's another guy. I remember him coming up 7th, 8th grade. Just very dominating on his feet.
Yeah.
When he wanted to, when he took a double leg or a single leg shot, and he wanted to hit that thing and finish it, it was there all the time. But when he didn't finish it, it just he had to fight it, right? I mean, but boy, when he hits it here, it's nice. And again, he's put in some time too, before his injury and all that. And these kids that have put in the time, you definitely you can tell already from the kids that we've watched here that have put in the time this summer and then this early fall.
Yeah, Goldschmidt was one of the kids that did our freestyle and Greco season in April, May. Wrestled down at Freestyle State, had fun, had some good experience, and I think those opportunities are plentiful now in the program. And we had 45 kids last year, 4th grade on up, doing freestyle, and had a lot of fun with it.
That's how you get better, right? I mean, doing all season stuff like that, and that's how you get better. And we were talking about bloodlines before too, and I mean, Will's got bloodlines, right? He's got an older brother that wrestled at Waconia, and then they moved to Colorado, and he wrestled there for a bit, and then came back. I believe it was his senior year he wrestled at Bold that year. His dad wrestled at Bold, so he's definitely got the bloodlines of wrestling too, and wrestling. He's showing it. He's showing it here this year. I mean, again, I mean, I give him kudos, man. He's coming back from a devastating injury, and he's going at him on his feet here. And I was curious to see how he was going to move and what his footwork is going to be. And I mean, he's light on his feet right now. Yeah, does he need a little bit of more conditioning in that and some more work? Yeah, but for what his injury was, I mean, he's moving great.
Totally agree. He's got a lot of energy here deep in the second period. And great bloodlines coming out of that Bold program and the Fighting Grolkies out there.
Yeah, you bet. Tom was one of a kind.
All right. Meyer with his own takedown, closing the gap now 6-4. 45 seconds left in the second period. He's going to cut. Goldschmidt doesn't have an appetite to turn. Thinks he's going to try his luck on his feet here, close the gap.
Come on, Will, get in there and get him. Yeah, he needs to get in there and finish him off here.
Goldschmidt backing out.
Yep.
Draws the stall call.
Yeah, he's wearing down here a little bit. You know, here we're talking about how he
First
looks.
weigh in.
You know, and it's his first weigh in and that, but you got to get it out here. You got 20 seconds to go here in this hat. Finish with a takedown here and then get it together for 2 more minutes.
Yeah, he's going to do it. 2 points there, making it now 7-6. Goldschmidt still leading. Short time left, second period.
Yeah, he's up 7-6 here. He's got to dig down deep. You got 2 minutes to go. You got to dig down and go after it. On his feet. This is where he dominated the kid for 3 minutes.
Yeah, right around that 1 minute mark in the second period, it kind of started turning towards Meyer.
Yeah.
Meyer's favor. He's getting to his ties, and now he's changing levels. Takes the lead now 8-7.
Their coaches are over there. They're telling them to cut them. They're like, hey, let's go get one more.
Well, and Goldschmidt's got a stall call. He could, pile up more points there, I think.
Yeah, they want him to cut him.
I mean, could be a situation there. If he catches a double leg to his back there, he could be in trouble here. 8-8 now. Goldschmidt with his own shot.
Yeah, his gas tank is at E. Now he's gotta do something here just to not give up, them bonus points and that. I mean,
these are character building moments here.
Yeah, you're getting an opportunity to wrestle some varsity here, wrestling JV for all those years, and coaches look at that, right? How are you going to respond? How are you going to respond?
Meyer looking for an arm bar. He's going to switch to whip over position and gets the fall over Goldschmidt.
Yeah.
That's a good match for Meyer. Credit to that kid.
Yeah.
Goldschmidt will get better from that. He'll grow from that experience. I know he will.
Yep. Yeah, just like we talked about it, right? It's first match of the year. Not making excuses for the kids. You got to dig down there and dig down deep and find a way to get it done, or not give up bonus points. Now you make this duel a 23-18 duel, and and lose 2 matches back to back where we were winning. So hopefully Torres turns it around here for us.
Yep, 23-18. Tracy closing the gap with that pin. Pinned the last 2 weights against Dwinell and now Goldschmidt. And one of the seniors here, Alex Torres, we'll have back-to-back Torres brothers here at 60 and 70. Both extremely athletic, lanky wrestlers for these weight classes coming up. Alex was 18-5 last year and got hurt about kind of early part of January.
Yeah.
And excited to see what he can do this year.
Yeah, having a great year, ranked pretty high in the state. And just had I think he broke his wrist or his fingers or something like that, and just devastating injury for him, and he was hungry. He was hungry to come back. He did a bunch of work here in the off season, and see how he, comes back here as a senior. Yeah, I don't think he has plans to go on and as in college, so he's gonna lay it on the line here as a senior.
Yep. He's going reinforced armbar or cross wrist tilt.
Yep. Waconia does a lot of that cross wrist tilt, and with the arm bar.
It's a great move. Translates to the next level really well. You see Spencer Lee eats guys alive with that.
I knew you were going to throw an IRA in there.
I love that. I love the cross wrest technique. Some of the youth kids are starting to work on that with the youth at the youth level, and if you don't know how to get out of that, you're in big trouble.
Right. It's all about hand control, right? I always tell the kids that it's like a table, right? If you take a leg from a table, what's going to happen?
Yep.
It's going to fall down, right? It's the same thing in wrestling. If you take somebody's wrist away and they only got one left, I mean, you're going to control where he goes.
Yep.
And if you can't get that back, it's going to be a long night. And Waconia does it really well. And Alex has been doing it really well here this period.
And he's got long kind of go-go gadget arms there to go and grab it. It's a great technique for him.
Right.
Bonus point for those that can catch that obscure 80s cartoon reference there. I just threw out there.
Alex with an escape there, 8-0.
Zach Swanson, another one of the many juniors here on this Tracy-Milroy-Balaton Westbrook-Walnut Grove team. Another takedown there for Torres, make it 10-0.
Yeah, we've been getting in pretty good on the single legs on Tracy, but it seems as the periods have been going on, when we lose a little bit of our fatigue, and we're fighting that
not as crisp of a finish.
Right, we're not as crisp anymore, and that'll come, obviously as the season goes and you get in better shape and make weight a few more times. That stuff will come.
Torres now kind of going with the leg Turk to a claw. Might be hard for him to get the fall with that leg in.
Right, he needs to climb this here right now as he is. And
there you go.
Yeah, settle in.
That's going to be pretty tight.
Yeah, just settle in.
He's got 30 seconds to work here. Good fight here by Swanson. Ten seconds left.
Yeah, he just needs to straighten that arm out a little bit, and that's good. I wanted to see him wrestle a little bit more anyway, so.
And now we're heading into the third, so Torres wants to fall. He's got to be thinking something feet to back,
nice shot.
Or he's going to just go try to get
split
the tech.
Split him here, and yeah, nice job.
That should be it. 15-0 win, tech fall for Alex Torres.
Yeah, we'll take that after giving up 2 falls in a row. Come back here to tech fall and get back on the winning edge here.
For the TMB Panthers at 170, Ashton Squires. For your Waconia Wildcats, Andrew Torres.
Ashton Squires for Tracy-Milroy, and Andrew Torres for Waconia.
Yeah, Ashton was 4th in their section last year too, and again, that's a tough section. I mean, you got Jackson County in that section, and some other good schools, and I mean, the place in that section is Minneota. I mean, just to come out of that section is pretty darn tough.
JCC, obviously.
Yeah.
We were talking, I think just before we went on air, the final part of the pre-match show that Waconia wrestled Tracy-Milroy-Balaton, we believe 2 years ago to that COVID year, went down to Marshall, and it was a kind of a try with Marshall, and I was extremely impressed by the toughness of these Tracy kids, and I knew they were going to bring the toughness today and challenge these Wildcat wrestlers. So excited to see how we end up here.
Yeah, I want to say that we wrestled them last year as a 7th and 8th grade team too.
Oh, at NYWA?
I think we did at NYWA, but I'm not positive.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure, and they were pretty salty when we wrestled them there too. I mean, they're a good team, right? I mean, it's just
Torres working a half here, trying to get the fall that his brother could not. Trying to keep those toes in bounds, just can't. But we'll get the 3 points near fall to make it 5-0.
you always get those people that always you get the single A school, double A, triple A schools, and to me as a coach, if I'm a triple A school and I'm wrestling a good single A school or double A school, it's all about the matches, right?
Yeah.
If I'm going in there with 40 kids in my JV and varsity and they're all getting matches, I don't care if I'm wrestling a single A school or double A school. It's all about getting all your kids matches, right? And you obviously want some good matches in there, and if you do that, great. But there's schools out there that won't go and wrestle a single A school if you're a triple A school. I think this is great that a single A school will come from Tracy to wrestle Waconia down here, and you just don't see that from a lot of the other schools.
Yep. I think it speaks to the mindset of the Tracy program. Not afraid of anybody, and they are tough kids. A lot of good youth programs. They've been wrestling for probably many of these kids for many years, and you can tell well coached. Seeing some good techniques here, and kudos to Tracy for joining on this duel. It was this duel took a lot of planning, I will tell you that, and shout out as well to Cody Arnold if he's listening. The head of Gopher wrestling operations, Tracy alum, and I think was one among the connections here that brought Tracy here.
Right.
So kudos to you, Cody.
Yeah, there was a lot of behind the scenes things that people didn't know, and it's great. It worked out, and so far it's been a pretty good night for Waconia, and we've seen some pretty good wrestling, and seen some wrestlers that got to work on some things, and that's what's going to happen that first match of the year.
Yep. Well, we got a little period break here, heading into the second period. Andrew, Torres leading 5-0. Want to give a shout out to again another one of our platinum golf sponsors that helped us out. Has helped us out for many years. Huge contributor to the program, to the club, Dealer Teamwork, and Sean Stapleton and the whole Dealer Teamwork team. Thank you for your contributions to the program over the years, and excited to give you a little bit of logo cred there in the upper right. So check them out, Dealer Teamwork, and thank you, Sean Stapleton and crew.
Nice escape there and takedown by Andrew. Scores now 8-0. Waconia's working a lot on the armbar series tonight. Working a lot of the wrist.
I think that bottom arm went a little bit sideways. The ref wanted to stop it. Potentially dangerous.
When you really think about it, these kids really haven't had a lot of practice yet, considered regular season. They started last week. You had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Obviously, people probably did something on Friday, and weekends you tend not to do anything with the kids. And then, you come in on a Monday, Tuesday, and we had a snow day in there, this week. And all of a sudden now you're making weight on a Thursday to come down here. So, here you see some of these kids, running out of gas here and they just haven't had a lot of practice yet. So it's going to be interesting Saturday. I think Waconia goes to St. Michael to wrestle in a tough tournament where there's a lot of ranked teams and a lot of ranked opponents. So it's going to be interesting to see, where all the other schools conditioning is at.
100%. And the X factor as well. You know, the football season going later into the calendar this year with a lot of, you know, championship matches or the championship games tomorrow and Saturday, I believe, or unless they're all tomorrow.
There you go, Andrew.
There's Andrew with the pin.
Oh, Andrew did what his brother couldn't do. He got one more team point than Alex.
He's got some bragging rights tonight.
Yeah, a little bragging right in the household.
So nice debut there for Alex and Andrew. Heading up to 182 now.
Cooper Junkie. Got a little bit of time last year in varsity. Is growing a lot here in the last couple of years to get up to that 180-some pound. I remember him, too, as a little youth kid, just, 100 pounds wringing wet, and now he's up to 182 pounds, And
the sophomore group's been wrestling together really since, like, first, kindergarten, first grade-ish. Right. And Cooper's one of them, and you could tell he had a lot of potential even as a youth wrestler. He was on Carter's soccer team and ran gracefully. I'm like, that kid's going to be a future tight end someday, maybe linebacker and hopefully a wrestler. And here he is, 82-pounder here on varsity.
Yep.
Early takedown here for Struchin.
Yeah, and they're going to need Cooper. Cooper's going to have to step up. I mean, you got a lot of guys, a lot of seniors. You got Alex, you got Max coming up here, and you have the Torres brothers up in that area. You need some of these younger guys to, start growing and take those leadership roles up in those upper weights. Because next year you're losing a lot of those guys. Yep. So Waconia's going to have to do some little bit of soul digging next year to fill a lot of those spots.
Yeah, the sophomore class will be required to really, really step up for sure this year and next year for sure. If Waconia wants to
and Cooper will state. Cooper will be that
nice
guy.
Switch,
and this is his bread and butter, right? He is the master at the switch. That is his bread and butter.
I like the first move off the whistle.
Yes. And now we got to stuff this one.
Struchin, yeah, we're kind of scrambling here. Struchin kind of trying to hook that ankle. Junkie hanging on for dear life on that leg. I think he's got to get under the armpit and get the two. No,
he should have stayed with that. He was fine there. Sometimes people just get scared in that moment there, and see another one of those switches or a stand up here from him. Still a lot of time in this match here. Yep, get one here. Get one.
Short time. And the ref is not going to award. Lost control there. So Struchin 4-2 lead heading into second.
I think just in that situation there, Jeff, is just a younger guy like Cooper, not a lot of varsity experience. He probably could have got his one there, but he was trying for that big throw, maybe. And it's like, in the back of your mind, you got to be like, I should have probably just got my one. And now I'm only down 4-3,
Yeah.
And he'll learn that. He'll learn that.
End of the period scoring critical. Another reversal there
he moves very well down there. I mean, his first movement is right out the whistle, and
where he's got in trouble is on top.
Yeah, it gets a little high.
Position?
Gets a little high. He just hasn't found the right. He hasn't found his hips yet, right? He doesn't bring his hips to the party.
And early in the season, the mat wrestling is I found among the things that kind of lag, getting into a rhythm, getting into your techniques. He's going to cut him.
Yeah, nice shot, finishes. So he's just got to drive through on that. I think he's starting to wear on him here, though. See, it's stuff like that.
He likes the big throws.
He doesn't have to do that stuff. Stay with your double, Cooper. It'll work.
I know Cooper's
Coach Hackman's down there telling him the same thing. Stay where it works,
Yeah. If Cooper wants to be a thrower, he's going to need to double up on both his baseball and Greco in the spring here.
Yep.
But otherwise, stick to the fundamentals, leg attacks, go behinds, right?
Yep. I mean, that's a beautiful shot there. Look at it. See, he's breaking him here. He takes him down again. I think he breaks him.
It also is a little bit of a different feel for Cooper to
Right
some
here,
of the others.
post on the head.
That lefty, left leg lead.
Yep.
Not common. Right there you go.
Nice.
There's the last double. Can he finish? Get off his knees.
Yep. Just drive into him. Yep. Nice.
There it is.
It's a nice
8-6.
reshot. Keep the legs spread here. Split them. Split them. He splits the leg here and goes right. Yep. Go to the arm. Now if he hooks his bottom ankle here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. See, I think he's got him. He's broke him. Next, I think Tracy chose both up here again. See his shot. See his shot's getting farther away right now. Yeah. Don't climb that.
He had a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
And then
he tried to climb over his shoulder. It's like, get on the head here. Get on the head here, Coop. Yeah. Give him a crossface. Give him a crossface here, Cooper. There you go. Stay with your crossface.
He's just got to stay with it a little bit longer. Hopefully the ref doesn't.
This kid's
call
ready.
stalemate.
Yeah, there you go. Under the arm.
All right. Minute left. Who's got the better cardio at this point?
I'm gonna stick with Waconia here. I think Cooper broke him with 2 takedowns ago already. He just that kid's shots kept coming farther out. Cooper got a little more smarter. Rather than start throwing somebody, he got in there and started finishing. Now he's just got to watch himself here and stay back. This is where you see a lot of young kids, get a little excited. They climb up high on their back or their
Just
arms.
stay in good position.
Yeah, their arms come draping over
Under
their
the
shoulders
armpits.
to stay under the arms.
Tight waist. Find a wrist. 30 seconds left. Junkie leading. Strukin 10-6. And I think he called Junkie there for a stall.
Yeah, it's a good
Okay.
call.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to get out. I mean, people that are watching at home that don't know much about wrestling, I mean, you got to get out to the side and, and wrestle a little bit.
At least
out there a little
bit. Be busy.
Yep.
Right.
Be busy. Yep.
Working to improve your position.
Yep. Like Cooper, same thing here, working the wrist. I mean, the whole Waconia team has been working the wrist tonight and arm bars. I mean, been doing a good job. We've been very aggressive on our feet.
Yep. Good win there in Cooper Junkie's varsity debut for this year. 10-6 win over Gage Strukin.
At 195 for TMB, Isaiah Olson.
Well, here we got the future Gopher, Max McAnally, 3-time state champ, world bronze medalist, and takedown master. It's a very rare to see athlete like this come through a high school. You just don't see that very often. You have to kid just dominate 2 sports like he has. And I've been around a lot of good athletes in my life, whether coaching or being an athlete. And by far,
we're biased. Athlete. We're biased, but Max to me is a 1 in a million athlete and individual.
Yeah, you just don't see that. I mean, you obviously got your Gable Steesons and other really good wrestlers and that, but he dominated 2 sports.
Yep,
football and wrestling.
And started for 4 years.
Yes.
In 5A football.
Right.
at running back.
Yeah.
And I have to believe he's got to be up there in terms of state, like number of carries as well.
Yeah. I mean, the kid he's and his work ethic is great. I mean, and I've seen this kid pose with little kids and take pictures whether it's at state tournament or NYWA or even at a restaurant or something. And he's so his humility about it.
One in a million,
he's a special kid,
athlete and individual.
Yep.
And good sharing there for Walski. Really presented himself. Max, too much there. Foreshadowing of hopefully things to come at the college level here. Can he crack the lineup next year as a true freshman?
I really think he can. Can he win a national title next year? It's a big jump from high school to D1 wrestling in the Big Tens, right? I mean, and again, we're obviously being a little biased because we're Waconia guys, but just a very special athlete.
So here at 220, we've got Alex Riley up 2 weight classes from last year. Was the 3rd place finisher in AAA at 182 and bulked up to what do you weigh in today, Kelly? Probably 205, 210.
207 today.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks it, right. I mean, Alex has
identified the weight room.
A beast. Yeah, he's a beast, and another kid, very nice kid. And
yep. One of our captains this year, along with Lincoln and Max.
Yeah.
And getting into wrestling shape.
Going to UMD, playing football next year. Had some college looking at him for wrestling, and he chose to go play football, which he's a very good football player too. I mean, can you imagine tackling either him or Max coming through your line this year? I mean, being a defensive back or something? No way. I mean, just 2 beasts. But Alex has worked really hard in the weight room, obviously, and he's a very good wrestler. Last year's state tournament, he was sick the last day, and he had to come back and win 3 matches to take 3rd place, and he did it. And he was really sick and
had a heartbreaking 2021. I think he had maybe 1 loss coming into the state tournament and just had some type of skin thing flare up and couldn't compete. I'm sure that still stays with him, but
just horrible.
Pretty good couple of kids to be up here at 95 and 220. And Ethan Martinez here presenting himself well. He saw a nice underarm spin. He almost got on Riley here. Riley with the 2nd takedown, though, the match to make it now 4-1. 18 seconds left.
Ethan Martinez is no slouch. He took 3rd in that section last year, and he was a number 2 seed, but he had a record of 35 and 15 last year. I mean, he won 35 matches. I mean, this kid is no slouch. I mean, he's a good wrestler.
He was at 95 last year, right?
95 last year, yep.
To our Tracy fans out there, we tried to do our homework, and hopefully we're doing your team justice. Again, a nice showing here for Martinez. We're at 220. One more match after this one. Can we wrestle? Can we wrestle again? I don't want the duel to end. And this is such a cool environment here.
I mean, I've really enjoyed it. Obviously, my first time doing a broadcast and talking and that, but didn't know how much I like it or that. But it is fun. It's just, you're up here, you're on top of the action, watching it, and you get to talk wrestling, right? I mean, you get to talk about ex-wrestlers, new wrestlers. This guy's going there, this guy there. Hey, Tracy's coming down and wrestle Waconia here, and what a great program they've had, and the wrestlers that they've had in the last couple of years. I mean, they had 2 state runner-ups last year, and 2 other kids that were showed really good.
I think there were 4 or 5 state qualifiers.
Yeah, I mean, they're a tough school, and they've always been a tough school. And they're not very big communities out there. I mean, so you have to share those kids with the basketball teams and all that, and you're trying to grab those athletes. It's like, who's going to win that tug of war? And so
I'm sure a large portion of these kids just coming off a football season.
Right.
Yep.
And I don't know how far Tracy's away from here. I mean, I'm sure it's not a small drive by any means, but
I'm pretty sure it's probably an hour and a half, maybe close to 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
But great for them to come down here and wrestle.
My wife's family's out from Renville County area, so venture out there a little bit, and extended family out near Minneota. So
yeah. Yeah, Alex just I mean, he's just
Very good lateral movement.
Yeah, he's just beating him on his feet, right? I mean, he's just a little quicker on his feet here than his opponent here. And I mean, and again, that's just early in the year. I mean, Martinez here, he'll come at the end of the year. You get a little quicker on his feet, and that just comes with time and more matches.
Martinez is
more
very
matches.
athletic looking 220 here.
Yes,
he's gonna have a good year here, I think.
Right. And I don't know what their plan was. Because I did hear that they're the brother of Nick
Wilhite, one of the Wilhite brothers.
Yeah, he got hurt. So, maybe the plan was he was going to wrestle 95. I don't know what the plan was, but I mean, he's at 220 now, and that's where he's wrestling. But I mean, he looks really physical at 220 here and big enough to wrestle it.
Going into the third here, Riley leading 9-1 versus Martinez. Martinez just a junior as well.
Yeah, I tell you what, next year when they're all seniors, that's going to be a heck of a team.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope.
Can we do this again next year?
Yeah, I hope they do.
Let's do it. Cody,
this is a lot.
Let's get on the phone with Nick and Jill. We'll do.
This is a lot different duel next year. I mean, all the guys that we're losing next year and all the juniors that they got coming up. This is a different duel next year. Now Waconia's got to beat some of their guys with some of their younger guys, and they're going to be a little more experienced, So, so the shoe's actually on the different side this time. I mean, so it would be a good duel.
Riley with the feet to back here. He's got Martinez in trouble. Over a minute to work. And there's the fall for Alex Riley with his debut here at 220 for the Wildcats. Third period pin. And before our last duel here, I want to give a shout out to last part of our Platinum Golf Tournament sponsors as a thank you. Great contributions. State Farm Agency, Nate Matoshek. Appreciate all your support of the program, and check out Nate for all your insurance needs in the Waconia area. 285 here, heavyweight. We've got Vincent Halliday for Waconia and Nick Wilhite for the Panthers.
Yeah, so Nick's ranked number 7 in Class A. He was in the state tournament last year. I seen that he went 0-1 last year. He lost his first match, and then that guy ended up losing, so he only got one match. I hope that at some point we get
rid of add like another day.
We need to get rid of that rule. These kids work all year long. They have 2 matches in every tournament that they wrestle all year long. Then we get down to the most important tournament of the year, and then if they have a bad match, they're only getting one.
If they can do it in Iowa, we can do it in Minnesota, right?
There you go. If if Joe Garnetts is listening, there you go, Joe. There's your shout out to Iowa. I mean, if you can do it in Iowa, let's do it in Minnesota.
Wilhite, one of the seniors here for the Panthers, and Halliday, freshman, but wrestled up at heavyweight and 220 last year as an 8th grader and presented himself well, had over a 500 record, 11-10 last year. Got 3rd place at Min USA in the cadet division, and also 3rd place NYWA and 2nd place at Min USA. Oh, we're gonna turn this into a Greco match.
Well, yeah, both these guys want to throw.
Vincent's comfortable there.
Yeah, he is. I've had the privilege of wrestling a lot with Vincent the last couple years, and he loves to be up in that upper body. And me at 50-something years old, I don't like to be up there anymore. So,
yeah, Vince, it's a great off season. Did both Min USA and Northern Plains freestyle and Greco. Was actually a Fargo qualifier in Greco. Sixth place finish at Northern Plains, and excited to see what he can do this year. I know he's going to really go for it. I know he was also on the 16U dual team with both Carter Catherman and for Wildcats and Devin Carter. So 0-0 here, second period. Nice escape there for Wilhite.
He's quick feet.
He's got his first move down. This is a great test here for Vince. Halliday won a wrestle off at this weight against several upperclassmen, so you know he's been ready for this opportunity this year.
Yeah, I think Waconia's got like 4 or 5 pretty decent kids, in that area there. So it's good. Like I said before, it's good that these kids,
they're all going to push each other.
Yeah,
these
they
upperweights.
got to. If they don't, if they relax and they don't, guess what? Somebody else is going to step in and get that job.
If you relax and practice, then you'll take a few reps with McAnally.
Right, exactly. And he's not going to let you breathe. Oh.
Vince was trying that inside trip, but he just didn't have the leverage, right? See if he can fight off his back here. That's good work for Vince, fight off his back. But I think a 2-point near fall there for Wilhite, making it 5-0.
That's 46. Good. That's kind of what I wanted to see out of him. I mean, is he going to fight off his back if you get those opportunities where you get on your back, right? Some guys will just lay there and give up on that, and he didn't, which is good. Right, that's what you want to see, because it might come down. If you got a heavyweight, it might come down to that heavyweight match, right? And you can't give up a pin.
Last year in the Albert Lee match at Eden Prairie Duels, he was on his back, and if he gets pinned there, we lose that duel at 220. Fought off his back, won the match, and that cinched the duel. So we went from losing the duel to clinching it.
Absolutely,
and that was all Vince's effort there. I remember that one.
100%.
Wilhite's got a half here, left side.
Deep half. And Wilhite, he moves
half
really well
works.
on top. He's got a nice half. His hips are really nice. He moves really well.
Just before the second period ends,
right,
Wilhite
he moves really well
with the fall.
He'll be a good heavyweight to contend with in Class A.
Team score 49, Waconia 24. Good luck with this year's Tracy-Milroy-Balaton Panthers and the Waconia Wildcats.
Well, that's going to be the end of our duel here, Kelly. Wildcats 49-24 over the TMB Panthers. Great effort by both teams here. Great to get some early reps as we get into the heart of December and January wrestling.
Yep.
For those that are looking for more wrestling, got a great duel coming up here at 7 o'clock with BTN on BTN Plus. Augustana Vikings versus the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers. Check that out. For those of you that enjoyed this broadcast, a couple of asks of you. Number one, please subscribe to this channel and click the like button, and sign up for notifications as well. For especially those of you Waconia wrestling fans out there, great way for us to continue to engage with everybody and share, showcase these great kids. And so we're looking forward to doing quite a few live streams this year, and I'd love to have you back, Kelly, if we get some time at one of our home duels. And
it was awesome. I enjoyed. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed doing it. So
perfect. Well, thanks, buddy. I'm gonna let everyone go. And gosh, it's been a blast here. Hope we can all do it again. Many thanks to everybody that helped put this duel together. Lots of work. Kudos to the University of Minnesota Gopher Sports Marketing Department. Cody Arnold with the Gopher Wrestling operations. Jill Johnson, athletic director at Waconia, as well as Nick Hackman, our varsity head coach. And also thank you as well to our Waconia Wrestling Board, helping really invest in our technology to bring you this great showcase today. And hopefully you can all catch us more later this year. Signing off. See y'all next time. Thank you so much.
That's fun, Jeff. Thanks.